The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the first ever home Nintendo console successor. Launching Nintendo into the 16-bit generation, the SNES would redefine gaming with its powerful CPU, dedicated graphics processor, the ability to display 256 colors on screen, 128 sprites, and an impressive sound chip created by Sony for SPC 700 digitized sound. The SNES was superior to Sega's Genesis in almost every way. Unlike the early days of 3D gaming, which were often awkward and strange, Nintendo immediately impressed with new renditions of its classic games like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. Developers immediately got a good grasp of the new hardware, giving us sequels to classic gaming franchises that felt brand new and looked amazing. Thanks to the SNES's graphical capabilities, many of these games look timeless. Not only that, but the SNES has an amazing library. The console is home to some of the greatest games of all time in almost every genre. And thanks to the rivalry between Nintendo and Sega during this period, developers worked hard to give us their very best efforts, resulting in some amazing games. Without a doubt, 1991 to 1996 could be called the golden age of gaming. Do you miss the SNES? Do you miss the good old days when gaming was much more simple? Well, that's why I started SNESgamer.com, a site wholly dedicated to the Super Nintendo. But what is SNES Gamer all about? If you love the SNES as much as I do, then you'll love this site. It's filled with game reviews, articles, news, and music of classic SNES games. The game reviews are something special. Each game is reviewed according to 10 criteria: gameplay, controls, graphics, design, presentation, sound and music, story, replayability, multiplayer, and staying power. Each of these categories will get a score out of 10, then will be added up for a final score out of 100%. This means that every game will be reviewed as objectively as possible. Games are broken up according to their genre. There's platformers, adventure games, RPGs, sports games, racing games, run and guns, shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, fighting games, puzzle games, educational games, and miscellaneous games, which have a unique genre. My goal is to eventually review all the games that were released in North America. That's over 700 games! Articles will include all kinds of interesting history and stories about the SNES and its legendary games. News will include any contemporary news that is even remotely associated with the SNES. And music will include selected songs from the very best soundtracks on the SNES. There's a lot of good music to enjoy. If you grew up playing the SNES, and there's a special place in your heart for this console, I hope that SNES Gamer is a place that you can call home. But I'm also asking you to support this endeavor. You can support SNES Gamer on Patreon for just $3 a month, which will help with website costs and also alleviate the cost of buying SNES cartridges, some of which can be pricey. So please, support SNES Gamer if you want to see this site grow and thrive. I want this to be a special place for those who love the SNES. The system deserves recognition for being one of the greatest consoles of all time. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep playing with super power.